Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new NVIDIA daily update video. You can hear my voice obviously sounds very hoarse and not normal. Well, I am still, of course, pretty sick. My voice still sounds like doo-doo, so I want to make this video very quick, to the point. So if you enjoy, don't forget to hit that like button. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, but again, if you do enjoy my technical analysis, my thoughts on the charts, etc., I do share my thoughts every day with my members. That link is down below for just $3 a month. You can access to all my thoughts, post updates mainly on Tesla stocks, sometimes other stocks, or for $5 a month, you get access to everything in the first tier I just mentioned, plus NVIDIA daily updates. And I am still updating, maybe a little bit less than normal, obviously, because I am sick, but still try my best to update as much as possible. But nonetheless, jumping into NVIDIA with a pretty brutal day, but recovered a decent amount, closing just almost 3% on the day, closing at 116.5, we'll say, per share, which, is an interesting spot to be in, right? The two main things I look at it is this. The bullish perspective is the fact that, I still view NVIDIA as closer to a bottom than not, right? When I see a stock, especially a big blue chip type, or, whatever you want to call it, a massive stock. Like, this is one of, if not the biggest company stocks, etc., in the world. This is not some random company, it's not some penny stock. It's a big stock. When I see it at the bottom daily Bollinger Band, I see a bit of a bullish divergence on the RSI, which is still slightly oversold, by the way, but it's still hugging the bottom Bollinger Band. We're still around that 50 EMA on the weekly. We're actually arguably even below the weekly Bollinger Band as well with today's gap down. I see these kind of perspectives, and yeah, we can go lower, and I'll go over my lower target, but this is not the time to panic. This is the time to put emotions aside, and assuming you're bullish on NVIDIA, slowly but surely accumulate. Not financial advice, of course, but that's just the way I'm looking at it. And I am slowly accumulating. I am by selling cash secured puts, and I'm going from there, nice and slow. I'm not rushing into it, but I am selling cash secured puts around here, which is just my thing, right? So the bullish perspective is the fact that we are arguably still retesting this overall situation right here. You can see we had this massive, obviously, test over here many times until we finally broke out, and now we're arguably retesting that general vicinity, which is good. The other thing I like is the fact that, again, the Bollinger Band, I just mentioned, I view that as obviously pretty bullish, because I think the downside is more limited than the potential upside from here, in terms of risk versus reward, which is good. Yeah, I see those kind of things, and I don't want to say I'm not necessarily bearish, because yes, we can go lower, and my lower target is closer to about this pivot point down here, closer to like 106, 7, 8, something like that. But this is not the time to panic sell, for me at least. Not for me. We could get more pain, but this is not the time where I look at a stock like an NVIDIA and I'm like, I'm panic selling, and instead up here you're like panic buying. It should be quite the opposite, in my opinion, right? People are panic buying up here, and look what happened, and people are probably panicking down here, and we'll see what happens. The bearish perspective is the fact that we are getting resisted now by that kind of 119, 120 level. If I go to the 4-hour, you can see this area right here that we went sideways for like a week or whatever it was. We constantly got support around 120, 119, something like that. Every time we come down to it, constant support. And you can see today, both times we came up to it on the 4-hour charts, and they both got some level of resistance, essentially. So this area that was, of course, an area of support turned into a bit of a resistance. So the way I look at it is simple for NVIDIA. Moving forward, overall, again, I'm slowly accumulating. I'm selling cash secured puts. I'm not worried. I really don't care. But NVIDIA needs to reclaim 120. If we can reclaim 120, 119 to 120, that'll be really bullish. I think we can start really truly looking for bottom patterns. And right now, NVIDIA, in my opinion, is in a situation where I am looking for bottom patterns, right? What is it going to be, right? Well, maybe we get a beautiful hammer candle on the daily. Maybe we get a hammer candle on the weekly. Maybe we get, potential bounce head and shoulders pattern like this. I don't know, like something like that, right? Maybe this becomes an overall wedge on the 4-hour chart. Maybe this becomes like some kind of wedge like this, right? This could be a nice little wedge. I don't know, right? We'll see. But this is a situation and a place where I'm personally looking for those bottoming patterns. I'm looking for NVIDIA to bottom somewhere around here. No one knows where. Maybe it does go down to 107, which is fine. That's pretty much where I'm selling my cash secured puts. I'm selling my cash secured puts pretty much at like 110 and lower, right? I'm happy to continue adding there. Absolutely. If it drops there, please drop there. Hey, I'll be very happy to take a short-term hit on the shares I am holding to add more shares down here. Absolutely. No problems with me whatsoever, right? Hey, do what you got to do. But yeah, so that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. 120 needs to get recaptured, which is also this kind of 200 EMA on the daily. Watch for those. Recapturing that should be bullish. For the very least, I run back up to closer to 130, but losing about 115 to about today's low should yield again about that 107. So let's let those levels tell us what it wants to do. Let's let this tariff noise slowly die down, and let's see where this ultimately goes. But yeah, don't want to talk too much more. My throat is obviously a little bit sore. NVIDIA is a little bit more on the bearish side on the confirmed options flow. And over here, you can see it is pretty mixed as well. Slightly more bullish here, actually, overall flow throughout the day. But in terms of confirmed, NVIDIA is slightly on the bearish side. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.